Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer. Today we're going to talk about hangover remedies. We've got videos in the past on what kind of causes the hangover. I've got a little solution for you on what you can do to avoid the hangover, but let's just assume you didn't listen to any of that. The first hangover remedy on the list: sports drinks, your Gatorades, your Pedialyte, anything that has sugars, sodiums, carbs, and everything you would need if you wanted to play some soccer, or American football, or European football, or any sport. A sports drink's going to quickly give you back some of those minerals, vitamins, and electrolytes. Then there are the other doctors who say just freaking drink water, it's cheaper. You don't necessarily lose all those vitamins that quickly. A night of drinking isn't going to cause that much of a mineral and vitamin deficiency, but it will cause a lot of dehydration, #1 cause for hangovers, so just drink water. Just pure, natural coconut water is probably your best solution. It's non-fat, it's low calorie, and it brings electrolytes on quickly. #2, coffee. I love coffee. One of the things that I don't love after having a hangover, coffee. I want it, but it kind of makes me nauseous. One of the downfalls to coffee is it's a diuretic, just like alcohol. So what you're basically doing is you're taking a night of just dehydrating yourself, and you're doing it some more, and that's not good. Caffeine narrows your blood vessels and increases your blood pressure. It's gonna probably accent the headache, not make it go away. But if you're like me and you drink lots of coffee, if you don't have coffee in the morning, you're gonna get a headache. So some level of caffeine might be needed. It's really not necessarily to get away the hangover, but to stop your headache from getting worse, because you're basically having a caffeine headache and a hangover at the same time. That's not cool. Carbohydrates. #3. When your blood sugar goes down, your liver produces glucose from stored carbs. That's kind of an important thing. However, when you're drinking excessively, you've taxed your liver all night long, and it could still be trying to metabolize leftover alcohol. So the last thing you really need is to say, hey liver, go do your job and help me with my levels over here and just grab some stored carbs. That would be nice. Some say a big greasy breakfast is a good idea. No science to prove any of that. You can easily take cause and effect and say it must be working. The carbs are important, so toast might work, crackers might work. They also help to resolve the stomach nausea. You might actually be both helping some of the queasiness on top of giving your body the carbs it's looking for. Consider carbs in a way that your body really enjoys it. #4, pain relievers. These are pretty important little things. You've got pain, you want it relieved. How do you do it? NSAIDs. Aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen. Those are 3 of the things you want to keep in your head. If you can't remember, write them down, because acetaminophen is actually going to damage your liver more. So again, you've gone through a night of drinking, your liver's like, oh my god, I need carbs, I can't make carbs, give me carbs, I'm working really hard over here. Hey, have some acetaminophen and digest that. This was also suggested by Pimp Penguin 511, who wrote in one of the other hangover videos. You might want to caption, mention, annotate the fact that taking acetaminophen is probably not a great idea. So here I am, captioning that right here by my face. #5, vitamins. Vitamins, actually, from what science is showing us, and we're not exactly sure what causes hangovers completely, but science seems to suggest that you're not vitamin deficient in a night of drinking. It's just not enough. Having a multivitamin isn't going to get rid of your hangover. Sure, it's fine. Your daily vitamin is a good thing to have anyway. A multivitamin on an empty stomach or an upset stomach makes everything worse. I get so nauseous for hours after having vitamins if I don't eat breakfast first. And if I'm hungover and I can't really keep food down, multivitamins isn't really going to be helpful. If you could take a multivitamin, it's not going to hurt. In worst case, you're just going to pee out what you don't need. 6, ALKA-SELTZER. Primarily sodium bicarbonate, which is a baking soda. Baking soda relieves some of that nauseous feeling. ALKA-SELTZER also often brings a little bit of caffeine and a little bit of pain relief. Again, we talked about caffeine. Sometimes we need a little bit, like me. Pain relief. Sometimes we need a little bit, and it's not an acetaminophen. So it's probably not a bad idea. I don't think it's going to make anything worse. #7, hangover pills, patches, remedies that say hangover remedy in a box. We've got, I do a liquor show, right? So I get a lot of this stuff sent to me. Here's Klarkopf. I don't know if I was going to be hungover anyway. Doesn't matter if I've been drinking a lot. Sometimes I drink a little bit and I still end up with a little headache and fogginess the next day. Other times, I don't know if I would have had a hangover. Clear cough, in most of these, you're going to have to take prior to the hangover. Basically, it's a dietary supplement with vitamins. So Broad, work hard, play smarter. Hangover Broad contains custom blend of electrolytes, vitamins, and amino acids designed to promote proper hydration and help you wake up refreshed. Help. Here, ZZZz. I don't really remember all the things on ZZZz. I got patchwork. I did some Googling, and Bitox seems to be the one that most people suggest works. And then I read a few more reviews, and it's like a 0 out of 5 stars. Did shit. I woke up with a massive hangover. The idea of the patch or the pill, especially with the patch in this case, is to slowly introduce the vitamins and minerals into your system. If you just decide to hit up a multivitamin or drink a lot of orange juice, you're getting a lot of those vitamins, but you're peeing out the excess. The idea is, with these, is a slow time release. So you put the patch on prior to drinking, and you're basically putting those vitamins back over time. As you're over time drinking, the next day you should feel a little bit better. So don't stop the regimen of prevention and add this as a supplement to that prevention, and you're probably going to do better. The conclusion seems to be, if it does anything, if it even slows it down or makes it 10% less, 20% less, it's worth doing it ahead of time to avoid the inevitable tomorrow. Number 8, hair of the dog. That's the term used to say, and we've done this in the past, talked about hair of the dog if you watch any of our Corpse Reviver episodes and stuff. The idea is, Bloody Marys, consume a little bit of alcohol the next day, it diminishes your hangover. That is a proven thing. But it doesn't do what you think it does. Basically, it's pushing away the problem. So if you have a massive hangover, you take alcohol to solve the hangover might go away. But guess what? When that alcohol wears off, the hangover is going to come back. So you're basically chasing it. So there's a few reasons this is bad. If you have toxins in your system and your body's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this to me. And you're like, well, have some more. It makes you feel better. And you're like, oh. If you continually chase this little alcohol problem, you create your own alcohol problem. Sweat it out. Number 9. So one solution is you just burn it off. Saunas are bad. Don't sit in a sauna thinking, I'm just going to sweat the alcohol out. Because you are now dehydrated, and now you're sweating out, and you're sitting in a heated box, and that's not good. Like, this is, no way am I ever going to suggest that's a good idea. Some people exercise, they jog, they run. If you can get up with a hangover and run, then you're not hungover enough. Well, here are some suggestions. Hydration. You do this when you're running anyway. So if you are a runner and you know how to properly hydrate before, during, and after, then you're probably fine. The running, really, it didn't do anything for your headache. It didn't do anything for your hangover. The water was actually doing that, but it makes you feel better because you just probably had a big night of eating and drinking and bad stuff and debauchery, and you want to feel better about yourself. So go ahead, go running, just hydrate. Number 10, sleep. Sleeping it out gives you a few things. First off, sleeping in general is giving you your body the time to recover, so it's not really doing anything else but trying to heal itself. So that's a good thing. Obviously, you pass out, right, the night before, and you feel like you're getting a good sleep. You're sleeping like a stone. You can sleep on anything. The streets, buddy's car, whatever. It lasts a few hours, and then once your body kind of wakes up a little bit and it's kind of in this recovery, oh my God, what just happened mode, you're sleeping really uncomfortably and restless. I would say get up in the morning, drink some water, go to the bathroom, grab a couple NSAIDs, go back to sleep. That way the pain relief will help you sleep a little bit better. There you go, folks. I did the research. I went on to all the top 10 Google websites. I forced myself to deal with the autoplay videos, the ad pop-ups, the newsletter joins, and everything else that happens when you try and find solutions to a hangover. Now what I need you guys to do as a community is write below what works for you so other people can use that in the future in case they make some bad decisions. And that, my friends, is how I'm teaching you how to drink. The next thing I do is the double cocktail rule. 2 cocktails in an hour, no more. Really, 1 is good. 2 is slightly excessive, but let's be honest, it happens. So, you start the night, I might have a whiskey sour or whatever, or maybe a pisco sour.